If you with me, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment as we move right on into the next topic. Money can't buy happiness. Money cannot buy you happiness. I know we've all heard both sides of this. Both sides. And I just asked y'all in the beginning, do y'all think money can buy you happiness? As somebody who, if you don't have money, I feel like once you get money, I think you're a little bit more happier. Or, you know, it's like they say, with money comes rich people problems. The problems switch up. We know examples from both sides. Like, yeah, money can't buy happiness. We know that money can't buy happiness. Just think about those kids who their parents are rich and you know they got money. Those kids go down and they are the least happiest person in the world. So money cannot really buy you happiness. I think personally, happiness has to come from within. And if you're happy before you have money, you will be happy with money, you know. Because let's not act like, you know, I personally would rather be happy with money than be happy without money. That's just personally. You feel me? I don't know about y'all. But I'm personally would be happier with money than without money. And, you know, I could be happy without the money. I appreciate everything that I have. So when I get that money, I will continue to appreciate that money. But let's go ahead and get into the video for Can Money Buy You Happiness? Circle of Boston said they just had this topic. That is crazy.
Money can't buy happiness. It's actually the other way around. Happy people are more successful in life, expert says to CNBC. A MoneyZine.com survey found the average salary Americans believe would make them happy is $94,696. But happiness expert Tammy Muller asserts happy people make more money, have better relationships, and are more successful in life, not vice versa. Social scientist Arthur C. Brooks emphasizes that money doesn't... Is this the same Arthur C. Brooks that wrote a book about capitalism? Can you type up Arthur C. Brooks? I think he is the guy that wrote a very good book on capitalism. Maybe it's not the same guy. So Arthur C. Brooks emphasizes that money doesn't buy happiness unless it's used for experiences, gaining extra time, or donating to others. Instead, happiness comes from building strong social connections and finding purposeful engagements. Research including a 2005 survey of 225 papers, indicates that happiness leads to success in areas like income and health. Muller concludes, happiness is the thing that actually causing us to succeed, urging a focus on happiness first, which then leads to success. Yeah, right there. The Road to Freedom is all about capitalism. This guy's a very good author, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Tom, thoughts on this story?
It's absolutely...
Steve, thoughts on this story? You feel me? He done came to Steve, thoughts on this story. My thoughts is, it's true. It's true. If you are a happy person to begin with, you are more likely to be successful. Just not even be successful, but to feel successful. You know, that's all happiness is an indication of how you feel in your day-to-day life. Are you happy in your day-to-day life? Are you happy with little? Because if you're happy with little, you will be growing that little into more. That's the difference. You know, if you're not happy with little and then you get more, no matter how much money that you have, you won't be happy because it comes from within. Happiness comes from within. And I think it's a crazy stat that happier people have. I mean, I don't think it's crazy. I think it's not surprising at all that happier people have better relationships and they're more successful. They feel successful, so they are successful. You know how that works. Y'all know how that topic even relates in general. Be happy, y'all. Be happy. Be happy with the situation that you're in. You know, it could always be worse. You ain't got to be happy with the situation you're in. But a happier person, people who are happy in their situation, they're usually able to continue to get out of that situation and build, and they're just happier overall. I love that. I do love that. I feel like I'm a happy person, and I see the future is looking good. I may go through hard times, but I take all my hard times. I tell people some of the worst times in my life have been the best times for me. And being able just to say that is a crazy thing to me. Because of the person who I came out on the other side. Your thought process matters. Some of the worst situations I've been in have been the best for me because of the person who I am on the other side of that. It's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside of you. And money only is going to add to that joy, X, or add to that misery, depending on how you feel on the inside. Let's see what they got to say.
Correct, because it says that results follow attitude. You bring into anything you do, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, you have an attitude and you have your skills. And when it's a great positive attitude and you've got good skills, guess what? Money will follow. How? Not billions of dollars, but you're probably going to get a better bonus. You're probably going to focus. You're probably going to be a better guy and better woman and better it to work with. And I think this is absolutely true. What were we talking about just on the other podcast? That poor people take $100,000 and buy a bunch of things that they think will increase their standard of living or their perception about other people. Then the next level people take $100,000 and they invest it. And there you go. Yeah. That's why lottery winners, we've talked about this. Actually, I think we haven't talked about this in probably 2 years, where California studied the first several mega lottery winners had all that money. 4 years later, they had addictions and there were suicides. So the money didn't buy happiness. It actually isolated them from friends. They quit jobs, lost relationships. It made things worse. This is absolutely correct. The most valuable thing you can do is go back to the principles, and you find them in faith traditions. I find them in the Judeo-Christian Bible, and you find them in great writings, how to win friends and influence people, who was actually a Christian pastor that wrote that, Norman Vincent Peale. Happiness coming first.
No, How to Win Friends and Influence People is Dale Carnegie.
Dale Carnegie.
Thinking the power of positive thinking.
Positive thinking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Backward. Yeah.
And Trump used to go to his church, but go ahead, keep going.
No, but those two. Yeah. So I would say you get your attitude first, you add skills to it, success will follow.
Yep. Yeah, Adam.
Yeah. Well, I love this article. You remember the scene in the boiler room when Ben Affleck comes in, he starts talking to all the guys, and he throws his keys to his Ferrari on the floor, and he goes, they say that money can't buy happiness. Look at the smile on my face. Ear to ear, baby. Anyone that says that money can't buy happiness is poor, right?
He's used a different line, but
exactly.
Doesn't effing have any.
Yeah. Doesn't have any, exactly. So the reality is he's mostly right. The problem that he had is that he attributed money to happiness to materialism. And there's actually scientific evidence that shows that materialism is fleeting, that it's a sugar high. When you get a new car, when you get a new watch, when you get a new clothes, you feel cool for a minute, but then it's fleeting, and then you want to get something else. You want to get something new.
When you get a new Casio gold watch, when you get a new Casio gold watch, it's a big deal. Go ahead, keep going.
It's a big deal. But the reality is, money is a tool, it's energy, and it's a medium of exchange that enables you to do what you want to do in your life. It's an enabler, a good kind of enabler. What I love about this article, he talks about money and happiness being used for experiences, gaining extra time, and donating to others. I always talk about, the big three things in life: health, wealth, and happiness. We know what health looks like. We know what wealth looks like. But what does happiness look like? I often say that happiness is having meaning and purpose to your life, and not just talking about it, being about it, not just saying things, actually doing things. And as you're doing those things and you're accomplishing those things, and you're becoming competent, you develop confidence, and you start to say, oh shit, like I'm actually good. I'm happy. I'm working on what I want to do, and I'm accomplishing something. That to me is happiness. So does more money enable you to be happier? Yes, because it enables you to have more time on your hands, do what you want to do, and spend with the people you love and help the people you love. If it's just about materialism, happiness won't be there for you.
Vinny.
No,
Oh yeah, those first two they hit it on the head. I think it's crazy, you win the lottery and you're unhappy. But I would understand why. Think about it. You win the lottery and you poor. Everybody around you, they poor. What's the first thing they gonna do when they figure it out? Yo, let me get some money. Let me get some money. Everybody needs some money. You feel like the burden of the world just came down on you to change everybody, to help everybody. And you not in the mind state to even, you're in shock. I just won the lottery. I'm rich. But next thing you know, you maybe flexing, giving away all your money to any and everybody. You get a Porsche. You get a Porsche. Didn't save any of it. You feel like none of my connections are real anymore. Everybody just wants me for my money. And those people, they ended up getting addicted to stuff and everything. They could afford it. They just spending their money on material goods. They could afford it and they couldn't find happiness because they just dumped with a whole bunch of money and they didn't know what to do with it. I definitely think happiness is a state of the mind, how you think, and you have to work towards your happiness. You actually have to work towards your happiness. Experiences and all that stuff, great ways to spend your money over material things. I feel like my car, it's going to be fleeting happiness. Maybe in 2 years, I won't even care about that car anymore, Right now, I'm very happy with it, and every time I leave it, I'll be gone for like a month, 5 weeks, and come back. That smile's right back on my face, but it's because I haven't been away from it. Well, it's because I've been away from it, but also for me, when I see my car, I see change in myself. I see growth in myself. I see where I've come from. And when I think and I'm sitting in that car, like, I really come from Nissan Sentra. And I've been able to work my way up to owning this GR86. And, I'm able to afford it. It definitely it brings me happiness when I hit it, because it's not the thing itself, it's the thought process behind it. Exactly, Tajay. It makes me keep wanting to move forward. Like I said, it's the reason I have that car, though. I didn't get that car for everyone else. I didn't get that car to go flash it off for this person, go flash it off for this person. That car was for me. And I feel like because this is something in the black community, flashing what your wealth is something that the black community does. And a lot of times, let's be real, it's not for you. Are you wearing that chain for you, or are you wearing that chain to flex up? When you go out to the club, are you getting that section for you, or are you in that section to show I got the money? And what is the whole show? You buy that expensive bottle, they come out with the pretty women, with the sparklers, the light, all eyes on you. Who's that really for? Is that for you to say, I done made it? Or is that to flex in the club, I done made it? This is really why I have a gripe with social media, even just showing things, because I love to have experiences and enjoy the experience. Like, y'all know I have a vlogging channel now. I sometimes skip vlogs on certain things because I just want to experience it. It's the experience that makes me happy. I'm happy with the things that I do. And the money comes as a side effect from that, y'all. I enjoy the job I do. I'm very surprised that I enjoy the job that I do. I ain't gonna lie. It's surprising. Because I've been through a period of time where I've had to work. And I didn't enjoy the job too much. Walmart wasn't a fun job. But now that I got a job that I do enjoy, like I say, I always look back And when I see the position I'm in, I think about the position of the past, and it makes me happy to see that growth. Let's keep going with this.
I agree. I think but there's a flip side to it. The people that never had anything that get the money, then that's a completely different story. Don't you agree?
Yeah,
they never had nothing, Pat. Then they get all this money. They're freaking happy. When you have absolutely nothing and then you get it all, I think it's a whole different story.
You worked for it, or you were
you worked your ass for it, and then you get it, Pat. Then it's a different story.
No. If it's a lot of work, and the experience of when a group of people sets their minds on a vision and a prize to go after, and it's so much hard work and it takes years to get it, it's an unbelievable feeling when you experience it, right? To me, it's not about happiness. And back in 2008, when a market crash happened, you know what was the most common word used in book titles? The word happy, because everybody wanted to be happy. It was the top title of books. Everything was about delivering happiness. Happy this, happy that, happy
Pursuit of
this.
happiness.
Happy days.
Everything was about the word happy in movies. Now, man, I'm not trying to be happy. I want to be fulfilled is what I want to be. I want to be in a position where I'm in pursuit of something special to sit there and be proud of the work that I'm doing. Now, personality, there's an attractive personality component where when somebody has an attractive personality, last night we were having a conversation with the kids, and the conversation was about being obnoxious. And he says, we're talking, all the kids are in front of me, Senna, Tico, and Dylan. I said, you can love somebody and not want to be around them because they're purely obnoxious. You don't want to be obnoxious because if you're obnoxious, you miss out on a lot of opportunities. And a lot of opportunities are simply because people don't want to be around other obnoxious people. Now, you may say, well, that's just the way I am. Great, stay obnoxious, and you're going to be having other obnoxious people around you. If you have somebody that's super grateful, happy, pleasant, personality, fun to be around, there's a lot of opportunities that come that person's way. I used to, in a way you work with when you give leads, like let's just say, I have a client that, wants to roll over $100,000, and I give it to one of my agents. And he's like, yeah, hey, when's the next time you're going to give me a lead? I closed it for you, by the way. I closed it for you. Like he did me a favor. You just made $4,000. Then you give another guy another lead, and he says the following: hey, man, just want to let you know, I never expect any referrals from you because you've done so much for me, and I thank you so much for this referral, okay? Because of that, we were able to help them out. They're very happy. I appreciate the commission. Guess who I want to give more referrals to?
The second guy.
I mean, it's not even close. So one is entitled arrogant, I closed it for you. Oh, my God, I would have never made it in life without you, buddy. Like that whole concept, like people want to do that? No. It's the attractive personality. So to me, I don't know if it's really happy people make money. It's a little bit of an attractive personality that, grateful. I would actually replace happy with grateful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would say grateful people attract opportunities. There's something you want to do stuff for grateful people. You want to go above and beyond for grateful people. You give a gift to 3 people. One guy says, that's it? By the way, you know how you go to weddings, you give gifts, and nobody says thank you to you. Like, at least say thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You don't send a thank you card.
Yeah.
You don't say, hey, thank you for. One of the first things Jennifer does, you know why kids can't open gifts when they get gifts on their birthdays? Watch Jennifer's system. Do you know Jennifer doesn't allow the kids for their birthdays to open their gifts without her being in front of them? Do you know why?
Why?
Because she has to write a note what the gift was to say in the card, thank you so much for the Barbie set that you gave to Senna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people are like, yeah, I thought I was expecting like a $500 gift. I thought you were going to give like this kind of a gift. No. So I would replace happiness, seek gratitude, not happiness. Grateful people, I think, live more fulfilling lives and are more attractive than just people that are seeking happiness, because happiness could be a high. It's like cocaine. Let me get my next high of happiness. Let me get my next quick, happy. Let me get my next, oh, man, I'm happy. Oh, I'm not happy. Oh, I'm happy. I'm not. No, it's not healthy for you.
Sustainable.
Fake dopamine hits.
No. Grateful, gratitude.
Yes. Real quick, I remember I used to always have to write thank you notes for a gift. These days, didn't we tell a story about the guy that sent a text message to his grandpa? Like, hey, thanks, grandpa. Did you call your grandfather? What was that story?
Yeah.
It's like you're just texting grandpa. It's like kids are, not as grateful these days. But I'll tell you the one thing that I remember from the Tate interview the second time when we flew to Bucharest and we spoke with Andrew and Tristan, and I think you can appreciate this. He said, the best part about having money? It's remembering when you didn't have any. And being like, dang, you remember when we used to be, like the story you tell about how you used to make your own ghetto-ass lemonade? I remember that. I remember, like, I would do anything for $5 when I was 20, like anything. $20 is $20, right, Vinny?
Yeah.
But remembering when you were broke is the best reminder of where you are. They say that money exposes or reveals who you really are. If you get money and you're a piece of shit, you're still going to be a piece of shit with money.
Even
if you
bigger.
get money and you're actually a good person, you're going to be a good person with money.
When
Gratitude.
Friends from high school, those who were always negative, they're still broke and miserable.
Forget that. Let's pause there, y'all. The story that I like to tell, even when I didn't have that money, we were talking about this in the group chat the other day. The glizzies from QT. That is crazy to me. We could afford nothing more than a glizzy from QT. You get the glizzy, the chips, the drink, a piece of candy, and you are right back at the crib. You can't afford more than that. And we was all just laughing about, what was your order, y'all? What you put on top of it? And I told them, y'all, I put ketchup, mustard, chili, and cheese on mine. Like, we just literally laughing. We was talking about, y'all remember that McDonald's? It used to be in the Walmart. Like, just times like that. It definitely, when you get money and you don't have it, that definitely is remembering the times that you don't have it. Like, that is probably one of the best feelings just to have, is to be able to look back on it. I said that looking back on it is what matters. And Patrick Bet David, he went into it. If you're chasing only happiness, it is a high. It's more around it than just being happy. You don't want to be arrogant. You do want to show gratitude for the things that you have, and I feel like that's all about happiness, though. I feel like what he's saying is it's things that will make you just overall more satisfied in life. You want to feel satisfied with life. And to me, that is what happiness is, through your experiences. Being satisfied in where you're at in life through your experiences. We're going to go ahead and finish this video on out so we can get this done.
So
I agree.
the friends that I had who were always grateful, optimistic, they're very successful today. The gratitude is key. Happiness is fake. If you seek happiness, you may be fooled and waste a lot of years of your life. One of my favorite holidays of the year is around the corner, 4th of July. And we've been working on this merch drop for a while. A lot of you have been asking about Pat.
All right, y'all, the video is actually done. I'm not about to watch the merch drop. Happiness, it can be fleeting feeling. Like, you're not always going to feel happy. You might not always feel satisfied with what's going on in your life. We all have ups and downs. But being able to see the other side is what brings happiness for me. Without all the downs, there would be no highs to me. Without the lows, no highs. Without sadness, there is no happiness. So I always want to have a medium feeling of success, of joy, of being thankful for the experiences, good or bad, that I've had in my life. With that, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I want to definitely shout out the people in the comments. We got